Hi everybody, Nancy here. I think it's finally time to make the journal that we've got the cover and the inside for. I had to put it off. I had spent like hours doing that hour and a half video that I created to show you how to do this. And you spend the hour and a half recording it, then you have to edit it, and by the time you do that, you've had to watch. So I just had to put it down and think of something else. I've been doing other things. But so finally, we're going to create our planner. All right. Okay. Hopefully, you have already created your template that you need to create it. You remember, if we go to the symbols, I had saved the symbols in a single folder, though we're not going to use it from this folder. I just saved this folder in order to see what I had. I wanted all the parts together. See, I've created several of them, and I need to clean it up. But see, I've got one for the year right here, one for the month right here, and let's see, weekly, monthly, daily, and yearly. If you're going to do different looks, now see, I could take one that just shoves it all over on the left, this symbol 2, that one right there. If I tap on it, all that is a place to put the calendar. And that's all we're doing, actually, is we're telling it, put the, however I decide to show the calendar, put it here, all right? And it would go right here in this case. Let me just show you this right here. But we're not going to use this because I just know that it's easier if you start from the very scratch, okay? So I'm going to go to the next page, and now we're starting with the new slate. I'm going to go out to the documents level, and I'm going to go to templates, and here are my two down at the bottom, video screen 2 and video screen 3. Now the 3 obviously is the cover, and 2 is the insides. I don't need to do anything to the screen 3, the cover. It's because there's nothing about the calendar that's going to be there, okay? We're just putting the picture of the outside, but we're not saying put the daily events here on the cover. But we do need to open this one up. So I tap the screen 2, and it asks me if I want to create a new document. Yes, I do. And this is the one that I'm going to use to define my areas. Okay, let's see. I see a spot right there. Okay. First thing you want to do is create and I always do this first just because it keeps me from forgetting. Drag from corner to corner, the desktop, the part you want to call the desk. And this particular default for this cell has that gradient look to it. It really doesn't matter what is on this cell. It's not going to show up on this shape. It's not going to show up anyway. But I can see, okay, that's my background. I've already got it. And I need to make sure in the settings that calendar is not selected. This is not going to have anything to do with the calendar, except that we're telling it this is the area that we're working in. Okay. Now I can, at this point, it depends on what I'm making. Let's say I'm making a weekly. In weeklies, you can either have one table for a weekly, or you can have 7 shapes that are one for each day. Okay, and I personally like to use a table to create it, just so that it is consistent and I can size it correctly. So that's my table. Now I need to change the look of it. See, I have one no, I don't want that one preset. See, it's got 2, 4, 6, 7 columns. And normally I would just stretch it out like this, but I'm trying to avoid my rings in the middle. So I'm going to make a copy of it, drag it over, and one needs to be four columns, and the other one needs to be 3 columns. Okay, so I need to select this one and go here and change the columns to 4. And this strictly is just so I can have some control over the shape and size of the shape that I'm going to add. I'm not going to use this for the calendar because, like I said, I can only have one table and I would need 2 here. So I'm going to select this one and make it 3 columns. Go to table properties and make it 3 and apply. Okay, now you see how they're different sizes? Well, to keep that from happening, different widths I should say, I'm going to put the last table I created on top of the previous one, and now at least the columns are the same size. All right, now I'm going to go to the shape thing menu, and I'm going to turn off the fill. I don't want a fill for these. These are the days of the week that we're adding here. So I turn off the filling, and I don't know if I'm not going to mess with border. And I'm going to turn on calendar. All right. And so that'll say, now I want you to put the dailies here. Now all I have to do is double tap in each one of these cells, and it creates the shape that I need. See, I hope you all can see that it's the dashed lines with the little diamonds in it. All right. So if I select all right now, I should have 8. I should have 7 plus the background, and then I've got 2 tables, which I need to delete. So, but if I select all right this minute, it should be 7, 8, 9, 10. So hopefully that'll be the case. So if I go up here and I do toggle, nope, okay, toggle. See, there's my 10. So I know that that's too many. So I need to get rid of the 2 tables. So I'm going to go down to the sort filter and tell it I just want to be able to select the tables. And select the tables and do delete. Okay, wait. Do delete. Why is it doing that? Undo. Oh, you know what it is? It's, I'm some slow. If I delete it, I keep thinking I'm deleting the cells, but I'm not. I'm just deleting the tables. I didn't put borders on the cells. So if I delete that, see, it looks like I don't have anything there, but I do. If I do again the toggle, nothing is selected. Toggle selection. Oh, you got to turn off the filter, Nancy. There's nothing there to select. Okay, now do toggle. See, 8 items are selected, and I know that's the correct number of items that I need for a weekly. All right. And like I said, the only reason you would do that or mess with the symbols is so that I can add that extra thing down the middle so that there's nothing. Now, okay, speaking of adding extra stuff, I'm going to also, in order to control where it goes, I'm going to add the text \DT up here in the left corner. Otherwise, Zoom Notes will automatically put it there or somewhere else, but I won't control. That's the whole point of this thing. I need to know what's going on, so I need to have control over where it goes. So I'll do the \DT. Now, right now it's set to center, and I want to change that to left justified. So I go to the text menu thingy, go to format, go left and top, and I think I want to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, but I have to select it to make it smaller. Select all, and then make it smaller. Okay, you can make it as big as you want to, but just remember that you want to, first of all, don't drag this to fit the DT. Otherwise, it's going to truncate your, whatever the date format is, and any date is probably going to be bigger than those 3 characters. So you need to leave that wide. And you also want to be aware that I think the weekly has the number of what week it is. Yeah, it does. It's underneath there, so you want to leave room for that. And between the cells, which I should have put borders just so you guys could see it. But if I select, see, so I believe that's plenty room for the number of the week to go above it. All right, so see, if I tap, they're there, you just can't see them. Now, again, another thing I might do is if I know that I want to have an image on every page, I can go ahead and put that inside the large shape. So I'm just going to find some kind of image, I don't know. We'll put that little chipmunk, add, and make him smaller. And normally I would, of course, take it to, well, I might as well do it. Take it to transparency because it's so easy. And do save. So now it doesn't have all that. All right, so now I'm going to have a chipmunk on every page. And at this point, I'm going to select all again. And this time it should be 10 because, I just added 2 more things to it. So if I get the menu up, I need to tap off because whenever you do toggle selection, if there's one already selected, then it's not going to count. So, and it won't select. But now I have nothing selected. I can just click on toggle, and there's my 10 things. And now at this point, I would go ahead and save a new symbol, create new symbol, and hopefully it went into the right, see it went in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and name it so that I can tell what it is. When you have no border on it, you can't tell what it is. So I'm going to name it with weekly in it so I can tell that this is for a week. And I'm going to also, well, that's enough. Weekly, yeah. And you just kind of want to remember which weekly you want to use, because like I said, I've got several weeklies in this folder that I need to clean out, but I'm not going to during this video. All right, so now I've just created this, and you would do that with each one of the kinds if you want them to all be different. And again, you can add any pictures or any items that you want on this page. And now I'm going to go ahead and save that. I've already saved the symbol, and just do done to get rid of the title. I've changed it. So I can go out of here, and you would do that same exact process and for each one of those. All right, so now I'm going to go back out to the document level and do the plus sign, do create document, custom, and this is the page you want to scroll down and change the cover. Right now it's got just a desktop looking thing, but I want to use the one that I created for it. So this one's the video screens. That's the way I can tell that it's screen size. And then under page type, I'm going to go to template, and I'm going to choose the inside template screen 2. See, right now, if you look at it up at the top, the last thing I created, I used this background. But now I'm going to go, and on this screen here, you would change it whether you want 3D or center or sideways, none. I'm going to leave it at none, just because I know I'm going to have to resize it anyway, because I need to tell it to turn on the pages as opposed to the background. And if I turned it to turn right now, it would turn the background. So I'm just going to not bother with that at all. I'm going to go to Configure Planner. And see, right now, this is the last thing I created. I used a, there. I had changed it all to the white just so I could see it. But now this is what it's going to look like if I don't do anything with my symbols. See how it automatically justified it? It put the date on the far left of the screen. But that's because I haven't told it to use my symbols. So I go back. Now, down at the bottom, it's got sections. Click on that. And here's where I'm going to tell it which symbols I need to use. So for year overview, I've already done it. I've already created the symbol, and I've already told it which one. So year symbol 2. And if I tap now at the top, the preview, see how it changed it? Now if I open up, isn't that pretty? Perfect. Okay. Now, you know, right now the tabs are exactly perfect. I could change the color or something, but that's because I had already set my, under General, I had already set my insets. And see, if I have 0, 0, or just 0 and here, and do this here, and return, and tap on it, see how it makes my tabs too tall, or they're beyond the book, I should say. So that's why I needed to change the inset. Sorry, went blank there for a second. So I need to change that back to, I think I had it at 35, but I'm going to see if 30 will work. Yeah, that works. And I'll show you again in a second. 30 here. And that just puts the tabs where they need to go. And I'll open it up for you to see. Perfect. Well, the bottom one's a little off, but that's okay. Well, let me go ahead and do it. I don't know why I don't want to go ahead and fix these things. Change it to 5. Hit return. And tap, and it moved it up a little bit. All right, so that's my yearly done. And I promise you it's easier if you go ahead and close down year so that you can see. Go to month and use paper symbol, use page layout symbol. And I've already got one selected. Now see if I don't let me turn it off and I go to month. See, that's what it's going to look like if you just let Zoom Notes have its way. And you could make that work, you know, because then I would need to go back to the general and tell it to move in from the left side so that it's actually on the paper. You could do that. It's the thing in the middle that is hosing it up and making it a little bit more complex. But that's the beauty of Zoom Notes. You can do it the easy way, or you can do it where it's more steps to it, but at least it matches what you want, exactly what you want. So I'm going to turn the symbol on, and I've already selected it. So if I just tap on the preview, see, that made my month go in the right place. If I blow it up so you can see it. See, so pretty. And I go back. Now, if you notice, see how it's white? I could turn off the background fill, but I want it on the year and the month. Now, the weeks, I don't want it on that because I want to have the ability to move those things around. Now, let me close up the months and look at weeks. And this is one I'm going to go ahead and change. If I look at the week, see how it's too far to the left. But if I go to symbol, turn that on, and I click on the symbol, I'm going to change it now to the one that I just created. And that was this symbol 5, weekly symbol 5, and do save and tap. See, what it has done is put the header above the dailies. I've got my little chipmunk. I've got the week and the January 22nd, 2022 is in the perfect position. Okay, so it worked perfectly. Yay! And okay, you need to actually pay attention to all of these different things. I'm not going to go one by one and show you how because he's already done that. See, he's got the question mark and adjust the thickness of the week's borderlines, you know. So I'm not going to do that for you, but you just need to see, you know, if you want to add divisions on your weekly days, you could do that. Okay, so let me go to days and go to symbol, turn it on. If I go to days here, that already is set. So blow it up so you can see it. Now see what I was talking about, and I'm going to show you an example of what I meant when I said I could use this particular symbol on all of the ones, and it'll put it right there. So let me show you. Let me make sure I know which one it is. Symbol 2. So if I go back to the month and change this to symbol 2, save and tap. Oh no, I need to go to week. See, it put it in that spot. That's what you're telling it. This is where I want you to put the, and see, here's an example of the table was too tall and it moved the 52 down underneath that. So I would need to go back out and change stuff to make that work. So if I go back, but I'm not going to do that right now. See, and I can go back to weeks and months and do the same thing. Change it to symbol, month symbol 2. Just symbol 2. Save. Tap. No, gotta go to month. See, and that put it over on the left side. So you have control. That's the point. Let's see. Just by using these symbols. But let me just show you, just to prove my point, that it matters the size of the book. If I go out and I choose for this monthly, and instead of doing symbol 2, I go out of this, my folder that I had set up so pretty for my doing this, and I use this one that I've been creating over the last 2.5 years. If I decide to pick this one, the symbol 46, and do save, oh, it doesn't like that one anyway. Let's see. Let me find one that works. And do month. See how it's not right, and you'll get frustrated if you do something like this. See, that's made for a different size document. Okay, so if I go back now and get rid of that one, I've got to change that symbol back. So that's the reason you want to be sure, because it's just so tempting. I like those elements that are on that screen, but they don't at all fit with the document I'm creating. Let's see. I think it was monthly. Yeah, good. Okay. All right. So that's how you do it. Now you go back, and at the very first screen you come to, sorry. Now, again, if I go back to the Configure Planner, tabs, I can change the color of the tabs, and, again, you have to pay attention to what's on this screen, because this is where you control everything. And I can, you don't want to touch off of that screen. It will start all over again. But thankfully, it remembers what was there before, so that's good. All right, so, and another thing I wanted to show you under Configure Planner, down at the bottom, Events. This is where you set up all your events and how you want them to look, and the font you want to use, and, the insets, what's inside the column that you've created. So you want to check that out. And the reason you want to do it here as opposed to the other, here it does it on every page it creates, as opposed to creating one and having to copy the properties. So I'm going to go back now, go back to the outside, do create. Now it will automatically generate all of the links. Name it, because I haven't named it yet. Sample. And I could have named it in the creation, but I didn't. And I go back out here. See how my sample matches the one next to it? And that's how I'm able to finally get some consistency here. So if I go back into it and I go to, well, I just go to the next page. So pretty. I just love that. That's the yearly. And I didn't create an index. I should have, probably. And monthly. See, when I tap it, it puts the, it flashes the red to show me that there is links already created. Oh, I've got to change my, see, and I didn't change that back. Heck, that's okay. I'm not going to keep this anyway. So if I tap on June, it'll take me to June's month, and then I can tap on 18 and it'll take me to the weekly, and if I tap on Saturday, it'll take me to the daily. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully, now I'll tell you, Ed has already created several videos on this, and so if mine is not clear, then go and check out his videos. And I think that's all I wanted to tell you. So hopefully you were able to at least follow it well enough to create something on your own. Okay, y'all have a great day here. Bye.